فما بال هذا القلب فهو هواء وما بال هذه العين فهو.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, we are on lesson number 3, which we are going to talk about تقسيم الفعل باعتبار زمنه. Now we have different forms of partitions of verbs, how we classify verbs. In some situations, we classify the verbs according to the era they refer to, because past tense verb, present tense verb, and the future tense, we classify them in that sense. And in some cases, we classify verbs with regards to its strength. Classification of verbs with regards to its strength. That is, we have weak verbs, we have strong verbs, and all that. And in that classification, we have other sub-classifications. So here, he clearly tells us, bi'tibari, that is considering. Bi'tibari, considering. Zamanihi is time or is era, the era the verb points to. Okay, so here in this particular part we are looking at al-fi'lul madhi. So in this classification of verbs, considering its time, and then al-fi'lul madhi, the past tense verb. So that is what we are looking at in this lesson. Okay, so he says al-amthila, examples. Example number 1, Jara al-kelbu, the dog ran. Al-kelb is dog. Some in pronunciation, Arabic, we are careful with pronunciations. We all make mistakes. Sometimes some will say al-qalb. Al-qalb, if you make it the kaf here, cough, which is the hat. Say Jara al-qalbu, the hat ran. It becomes a mistake. Jara al-kelbu, the dog ran. Example number 2, waqafa ar-rajulu, the man stood or the man stopped. Okay. Da'a al-kitabu, da'a, to be missing. Al-kitabu, the book is missing. Example number 4, daqqat as-sa'atu, as-sa'a is the clock, when we say, or the watch or the time. When we say daqqat as-sa'atu, that is the clock rang or told. Daqqat as-sa'atu, daqqa is to ring or take a toll. That is that sound that the clock makes. So daqqat as-sa'atu, that is the clock has rung. Ja'at al-bintu, the girl came. Ba'dat ad-dajajatu, ba'da, to lay eggs. From bayd, egg. Ba'dat ad-dajajatu, the chicken laid eggs. This word ba'da, when we say ba'da, be, it means to stay. Say ba'da al-waladu bi al-makan, the boy stayed at the place. That is ba'da in that sense. Al-bath, which is the explanation. Ta'ammal al-kitab al-ula, al-kalimat al-ula, sorry. Ta'ammal al-kalimat al-ula, ponder over the first words. Ponder over the first words. That is the first words in the sentences. Fil amthilati sabiqati, in the previous examples. Amthilati sabiqa, previous examples. Najiduha af'alan, we find it to be verbs. All the first words, we realize they are verbs. When you look at jara, waqafa, da'a, daqqa, ja'a, ba'da, all these words are verbs. لأن, because kullan minha, each among them, yadullu ala, points to husuli amalin, the occurrence of a work, fi zamanin khasin, in a specific time. Wa iza tadabbarta, tadabbara is the synonym for ta'ammal. Wa iza tadabbarta haza zamana, if you ponder over this particular time, if you think about this time, fi kullin minha, in each of it, in each of them, the examples, wajadtaha, or wajadtahu, wajadta zaman, you find at the time is zamanan madiyan, a previous, a past time. فكلمة جرى, For example, the word jara في المثال الأول, in the first example, تدل على الجري, it points to running or jogging. في الزمن الذي مضى, in a time that is past. قبل التكلم, before speaking. وكلمة وقف, and the word وقف في المثال الثاني, in the second example, تدل على الوقوف, they point to standing. الوقوف, standing or stopping. تدل على الوقوف, it points to standing or stopping. في الزمن الذي مضى, في الزمن الذي مضى, in a time that is past. قبل التكلم, before speaking. Either also, it also points to a time that is past before speaking. وهلم جرى, etc. That is so on. ولذلك تسمى, and so it is called تسمى كل كلمة من الكلمات, and so all these words, each of these words is called فعلا ماضيا, it's called past tense. So when you hear فعل ماضي, it's a past tense, that is past tense. وكذلك جميع الكلمات, and such is said for all words التي, which is min has a noun, which is among these category. Okay. Al-Qaida, the ruling. Al-Fi'l al-Madi, Al-Fi'l al-Madi, the past tense verb. The past tense verb, let me put this here so we see it clear. Okay. The past tense verb, huwa كل كلمة أو كل فعل, هو كل فعل, it is each verb or any verb يدل على حصول عمل, that points to the occurrence of a work or an action في الزمن الماضي, in a past time. So this should be memorized. The qaida should always be memorized. It's really helpful in that sense. الفعل الماضي هو كل فعل يدل على حصول عمل في الزمن الماضي. Okay, that is the first category we are going to see under this categorization. Okay, so we stop this here, and in the next session we look at the other partition also. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.